Hello, wonderful people. I trust you all are doing well. So, today I want to talk about hormonal imbalance. Yeah, hormones are chemical messengers produced in our glands in the endocrine system, and they are being released in the bloodstream, and most of them are transported to different tissues and organs in our body. In fact, it's just hormone that controls most of the functions, most of the processes that occur in our body. Hormones that will tell your tissue, do this, don't do that. Hormone control literally everything that happens in our body. We have so many hormones, like insulin is a hormone, we have growth hormone, we have adrenaline hormone, we have testosterone hormone, we have estrogen, progesterone, we have follicle stimulating hormone, we have luteinizing hormone. All of them have different functions. Hormone control your appetite, they control your metabolism. Hormone control your growth, hormone control your reproductive cycles, control your menstrual cycles, control your sleeping pattern. That is why sometimes whenever you have a slightest ups and down or slightest imbalance in the level, there will be a noticeable sign in your body. So let's talk about 10 typical signs you will see in your body as a woman when you have hormonal imbalance. It affects both gender. So but today I'll be talking about women. The signs you will see in your body when there is instability in your hormones. We have so many hormones that control women. We have growth hormone, we have estrogen, we have progesterone, we have a lot of them. We have follicle stimulating hormone, we have luteinizing hormone. Depending on your stage in life, different types of hormone do work in your body. Right. So one sign you will see as a woman when there is a derange in your hormonal level is mood swing, instability in your mood. This happens mostly during your cycle, menstrual cycle. Yeah, you see a woman may be happy now, next minute she's sad. This happens when there is an imbalance in serotonin level. We know serotonin is a neurotransmitter that is found in the brain that controls our mood. So whenever you have estrogen imbalance, it triggers the serotonin level in your brain, which will causes instability in your mood. Okay. Number two noticeable sign you will see when there is imbalance in your hormone is heavy menstrual flow or irregularities in your menstrual cycle. Yes, some women experience irregularities. There may be heavy flow, there may be irregularities in flows. When there is imbalance in estrogen hormone or progesterone hormone, we know the reproductive organ hormone, we know the reproductive hormones. When there is imbalance in their level, you will experience this. So whenever you experience such signs, you experience irregularities in your cycles, you experience this very heavy cycle, please meet a qualified practitioner for some advice. Number three noticeable sign of imbalance you will see in your body as a woman is when you have painful menstrual cycle. Some people naturally have dysmenorrhea, but so to some people it can be triggered by imbalance in their hormone. So when you notice painful menstruation and it's not really your usual, it's not normal with you, meet a qualified practitioner or a midwife for some advice. Number three noticeable sign of hormonal imbalance in women is low libido, or what we call loss of sexual drive. Yes, whenever there is a fluctuation in your reproductive hormones like estrogen and progesterone, you see that you begin to lose the desire to have sex, because it's not your fault. It's because the hormone is not there to trigger the drive. You begin to have loss of sexual drive because the hormones are not stable. So when you experience loss of sexual drive and it's not normal with you, it's something that is very new. Know there is problem with your hormone and meet your doctor, okay, or a midwife. All right. Number four symptoms you will see is insomnia, or what we call loss of sleep, lack of sleep, or you might find it difficult to fall asleep or even to stay asleep. Some hormones play role whenever we sleep. For us to sleep well, some hormones actually at work. So whenever you have imbalances in such hormones, it will affect your sleeping pattern. During perimenopausal stage, when you're about to enter menopause, or when you are even in your menopause, women experience a lot of changes because of a sudden dip in estrogen level. That will cause a lot of symptoms like hot flushes, like excessive sweating, and that might affect your sleeping pattern. So when you experience such symptoms, meet your doctor. Okay. Number 5 symptoms you will see in your body that might indicate you have hormonal imbalances. Unexplained weight gain. Might just be getting weight every time, even without eating too much. This is because there might be problem with your thyroid gland. You might have reduction in thyroid hormones. Thyroid hormones are responsible for metabolism. So when you have problem with these thyroid hormones, you might begin to gain weight unnecessarily. So when you discover that you are really getting too much weight, it's not commensurate with your diet, with your whatever you are eating, please speak to your GP. All right. Number 6 signs you will see in your body that might indicate that you have problem with your hormones is what? Fertility problems. Fertility problems. When you have problem or imbalance with follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, that will affect your chances of getting pregnant, because we know the function of follicle stimulating hormone, also know the function of luteinizing hormone. This both hormone need to be in equilibrium for you to get pregnant, for you to have a good ovulation and a viable ovary. So you should have an imbalance in these two hormones. So whenever you have instability in them, you might have fertility problems. Number 7 symptoms you will see that might signal that you might have hormonal imbalance is when you have excessive headache. You know, headache sometimes during menopause, sometimes during menstrual period, sometimes during even perimenopausal stage, you might feel some unexplained headache, sudden ache, migraine headache. Yeah, that shows that there might be fluctuation in your hormone levels. All right. Number 8 symptoms you will see that might indicate that you have hormonal problem as a woman is bone loss. You know, sometimes estrogen helps controls absorption of some nutrients like calcium. So whenever the estrogen level gets low, you see that you begin to have some bone issues like osteoporosis, joint pain. You know, this might come with menopause or towards menopausal stage, but it's a problem of your hormone because the hormones are not balanced. So there will be some issues with your bone. You may have some bone loss, some bone problems. Number 8 symptoms you will see in your body that might indicate that you have hormonal imbalance is when you have, you know, some chronic pimples, some chronic skin problems. When you have some chronic skin problems like chronic acne or chronic pimples, some dark spots, you know, this might be imbalance between androgen hormone or even your estrogen hormone might manifest on your skin. So whenever there is imbalance in these two hormones, you have some skin problems. So lastly, the last symptom you would say that might indicate hormonal imbalance in women is when you have vaginal dryness. We know estrogen and progesterone control vaginal wetness, and then at some stage or when there is imbalance in this hormone, you begin to have vaginal dryness, and that might drive you crazy because you will not enjoy any sexual intercourse. So these are just the possible symptoms you will see in your body that might indicate that you have some problem with your hormone, right? If you see any of these signs, meet your GP. Thank you so much for listening. See you again in my next video. Bye.